Oh, hello. And
Hello, Paul. Lovely to meet you. Well, we are now joined
well, as you can
by...
see, we have former Prime Minister and former Treasurer Paul Keating joining us slightly earlier than I had anticipated, but a delight to.
There's improvisation's good.
No worries, you snuck up behind me there.
Well, I've done a bit of that in my life. I'm surprised how threadbare their program is. There is no panorama, there's no vista, there's no shape, there's no talk about where Australia fits in the world, as if China hasn't happened, you know. And what's their plea? Trickle-down economics and a tax cut 5 years away. You know, I mean, they have such a poor opinion of the ordinary person. They think they'll sell their vote for a tax cut 5 years away, you know. Look, coal is the fuel of the Industrial Revolution 250 years ago. It's all over. You know,
it's worth a hell of a lot of money to Federal
Here's the
Treasury.
Prime Minister walking around with a lump of coal. I mean, you know, coal's a fossil, and the problem is the Prime Minister's a fossil himself. He's a fossil with a baseball cap, but he's a fossil.
It's a fossil that has also allowed us to build roads, to build schools and hospitals. What do you do?
No,
You're leading the country now. What do you do?
What'll happen? The world will stop using fossil fuels. It's as simple as that. The cost of renewables has come down 90% in about 15 years. I mean, continental Australia is one of the hot plates of the world. You can almost fry an egg on any footpath or any roadway at any time in this country. We can produce here such an enormous supply of electricity from renewables that gives us that would underwrite the hydrocarbon economy. So hydrogen economy, hydrogen gas, hydrogen fuels. I mean, you look at the great continental divide of Australia, and the fact that it has sun. This is the land of sun. So this is the place, perhaps first in the world, where renewables could be, you know, the primary source of energy. Yet we have the Liberals going back to Mr. Stevenson's steam train of 250 years ago.
How do we replace the revenue, the giant revenue that comes from coal?
It'll come. How you replace it? By producing hydrogen fuels, electricity, general energy from renewables, which are now cheaper by way of capital to introduce than coal. You know, the idea, only the Liberal Party could think up going back to Stephenson's steam engine of 1750 and wanting to build new coal-fired power stations. I mean, you know, they're just living in the past.
Would an incoming Labor government...
They're policy deadbeats. Absolute policy deadbeats.
All right. 32 years ago, you invented the concept of franking credits, dividend imputation. Yeah. It was extended by John Howard. It's going to be wound back by Bill Shorten.
It wasn't extended by John Howard. It was abused by John Howard.
Okay.
Abused, not extended.
He might not say that.
Yeah, but he's not the guy that set it up. I did.
Do you agree that the franking credits that some retirees now rely on are a gift that should be taken away?
Absolutely, it's completely a gift. Let me just make the point. The whole point of dividend imputation, which I put in on top, above the Treasury, by the way, above the Treasury, was to remove the double tax on company income. So company income was paid once. What the Howard Costello change do was to make company income paid nonce. No company income. Dividend imputation was only meant to relieve the double tax so that company income was taxed once, not that it should not be taxed at all. What happens now is that company income is not taxed at all because the company income is gifted to the non-taxpayer. So the Commonwealth doesn't get the company tax it would otherwise get. So the Howard changes were, look, Costello and Howard had the money rolling in. They wanted the grey vote, so they abused the system by putting this gift in, like they abused the system by making these, in the end, unaffordable concessional changes to superannuation, which even the Liberals have had to fix.
All right.